Hey guys, welcome back to Safe Haven Valley Workbench. It's finally the weekend. It's been a long week for me, tiring week. Managed to mingle here and there on my build here. So today's is going to be kind of an update, kind of what I've done and kind of some of the things I've received. More or less, that's pretty much what it'll be. Just trying to keep things flowing, and everything else. I've been drinking a lot of water today, amongst other things. I've been been pretty busy. I'm gonna go over what I did for the windows. I changed the process slightly from what I did with the walls. So I'm going to go over the steps that I did for this. It was similar, but I had to change it because it just wasn't working. But I think it's come out pretty nice. It's got a well-aged look that I'm looking for. And then I have a few other things I'm going to go over as well. So let's start with those others, and then we'll get into this. First off, I had ordered some in-scale bricks. Yes, in-scale size bricks. I ordered them back in October, and I got them off of eBay, and the guy, it took him over a month to ship them because he didn't tell me that notify me that he was not feeling well. And then, even then, it took him a long time to ship them. So I should have had them well before 30 days. But anyway, I finally got them. This is what they look like. These are really, really, really small. Look at those babies. And this is how small they are. That is really small. I have 1,500 pieces, and I only paid like $10 for them, or whatever it was. But these are kind of cool. I will be able to apply these in a particular setting. The other thing is I also ordered on Amazon. I got a good large quantity of 1/6 by 1/16 by 16th square lumber. That's basswood. That was 24 inches long, and I got 60 pieces. And then what I did was, see if I can find it here. So I ordered them. They pretty much look like this. The exact same thing that's in this kit is what I got off of Amazon. I got 60 pieces of 1/16 by 1/16 square that's 24 inches long. I ended up cutting them down. How I cut them down is I literally took Frank's piece from the kit, and I took my scale ruler here and measured it. See that? That is the same length from 0 to 80. Millimeters. Because this is the in-scale 0 to 80 millimeters, which 1.92 equals 1 foot in 1/60th scale. So these come out to be about 80 millimeters. So I use this as a guide, and I used my chopper and I chopped them down, and I got, what was it, 3 yeah, it would have been 3 pieces and then 1 short. So it's just shy of 4 full pieces that are like this. I think it came out to be like 78 or 77 millimeters instead of the 80, something like that. So it's not quite the full 80. So what I did is, most of you know that I have this new drawer storage. What I did is, these are the full ones, and these are the last cut, which are just, as you can see, just shorter than the full ones. So if you do the math, I got 60 of these because I got 1 per stick. And then 60 times 3 is 180. So I got 100 out of 60 pieces. Okay, out of 60 whole pieces, I managed to make 180 full pieces that are 80 millimeters for N scale. And then I got 60 pieces that are just under 80. So this is all my N scale 1/16 stock that I have. And eventually I will fill up this side with more. But it was just an awesome find. I couldn't pass it up for what they charged. I can't remember offhand what it is now, but it's not too bad. But yeah, it's just, that is pretty good with what I got, and all the things that I can do with that will just be great. And other than that, those are the only 2 outside hobby of structure building updates. But back to the project at hand. I haven't done I'm getting ready to do the corner posts. And I'm gonna, before I do those, I'm gonna do them the same way I did these. But I want to just kind of go over with you how I did this and why. First off, these actually turned out awesome. They've been sitting for a few days, and to me, they just, like, every time I just look at them and I go away and come back, they just look like they just pop a little more. But as I mentioned in the video before on this, I did I used the base coat of charcoal, which I did do here. I used the charcoal here, but on the windows, it seemed to not want to grab as well, so it turned more of like a light kind of a grayish black, a light charcoal, not a creosote black, which is okay. But what I did is once that dried, again, I used creosote black for the base. And I'll zoom in on this so you can see it a little better here. So I used creosote black for the back base. And then once that fully dried, I went and applied some of this white spirit. It's for enamel products, but you don't got to use it for just enamels. It works great for trapping acrylics in between, especially if you do a secondary coat like I did. So what I did was, as soon as I put down the AK white spirit, I let that go down. I immediately went up behind it with the cottage white. While it looks okay, it just wasn't doing what I wanted. So yes, there is a light layer of cottage white stain pigment. Again, it's a stain pigment. It's not paint. It's not paint like this. It's thick like paint because it has a pigment in it, but it's not paint. It's just a stain. So what I did a light, good coat of the cottage white, and then I took white over that, and then with this, and then once I got it to where I wanted it to look okay, I went and took another second coat of the white spirit and brushed it out to thin it out and smooth it. Once that dried, I then came back with this filter from MIG, Ammo MIG, and it's can't see it anymore because the letters are on it, but it's brown for dark yellow. Now I don't use it for dark yellow. I use it for whatever. I use it as a brown filter. I don't really care. But what it did is if you can see it, there's a brown tint to it here and there, and that's what I was looking for. I was not trying to make everything uniform. When a building ages, not one side of a building is the same as the other. There's always a slight difference in aging and how it looks. If you look at it, it's different. One thing I see a lot of people do is they make everything look the same on all four sides. They weather it all the same, and that's just not realistic. Now, there's a lot of good models out there that know this, and they follow that, and they do an excellent job. But a lot of people just want to get it done, so they just make it all the same. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look, truly realistic enough for me. So after where we're at on it now is I applied a brown filter to this whole thing, and again, it's the filter by Ammo MIG, brown for dark yellow. These windows are ready to be installed. Now it doesn't look like it, but I'm gonna pull one off, and I'm gonna put it on there so you guys can see the contrast of what I did here with the actual structure, so that you can get more of an idea of what I am actually talking about as far as what it looks like. We're gonna do. pull this one out right here. And pop that out. And I'm going to put this. That'll go. Oh, that was that one. And then we have. And then I'm going to pop the other one out. Now, what I'm popping out is just the window trim. And it's going to be to this bigger piece up here. No, I'm just laying it there just to give you an idea of what it's going to look like. That's what this is for. Now this is just to show you contrast. It's not perfect. It's not where I want it, but this is the color you're going to get. See how the gray, the creosote black pops through all the white and blends, and then it shines over the green and aged black that comes through off the building. I just like how that just shows a good wear. And it's not meant to be uniform. Everything wears differently. Even if you go from board to the next board, each board wears differently, and you're going to get a different look on depending on how it gets weathered and how it ages. So this makes it look really good. I mean, this wall shows me, okay, this wall has all the paint, but maybe the wood on it is starting to peel. So this side's starting to show the age. Whereas maybe another wall, depending on how it comes off, is going to look a lot different. And yes, I did do the windows, but if you see, just go ahead and pop one of these off real quick, just so you can see the difference more direct. Because these windows are ready to be installed, so I got to cut them off anyway. So if you do what I like to do, which is I put them right inside, that tells you that they're all square because they come out. So what I'm going to do I'm not sure if you can see it, but see how the window panes and stuff, how I deliberately broke a couple of them just to show the age and everything. Well, that turned out great. And the white shows through just enough as it's more solid, and it just protrudes against the frame on the outside to show a stronger, still consistent paint on the Mollins. So that is how I achieved my look for the windows. And the same process I will go through with creosote black, do all the posts and everything that's the same way I did this so that I get the same look. The only difference is it depends on whether I go a little more heavier on the paint to make it look more consistent on the corners or not. And that I just do by eye while I'm on the go with everything. But I do think that it blends really well. Here's a comparison for you. Just so you can say, this is the same green, full on to the building. There you go. That's the difference. This building has creosote black as the stain base, and then I went over with the same green, and look at the difference. Yes, these windows have weathering. But just look at it. I want to show you something. You can clearly see the difference. See how much this is just did with like light stain and then went over it. This was done a little more heavy. So it looks pretty cool. This is it's same paint, just a different technique and stuff. So that's pretty awesome how to see that come out. So that's just how well you can blend colors, and it's the same color. Yeah, same color. So learn to mix your colors a little bit. That is pretty much it at the moment for the current project. The one last thing that I wanted to go over today before we end it today is I want to do another update on my diorama. Now, I haven't done much with it since the last time I've talked to you. But, yes, the structure is complete. It's in place. I'm just waiting for... I got lumber that I'll be putting on here. I'll be doing a fence around the property. And I will be doing a sidewalk around the edges. And right along the edge, there will be a fence. So we'll do what we got to do to get that. But I'm waiting for everything to come in. It's several things have been on back order. So as they get it, they will ship it to me. Kind of thing. And it's fine because I'm not a big rush on it. It's just something that I'm doing to keep busy, and that kind of thing. So, but yes. So my next step for this next week is to work on the corner posts here. So I can get these corners done. and then get all of it put. Then once those are done, I can glue them and then start assembling the structure. And then once the structure's done, I can then turn over to the roofing material that I have. So we'll pretty much, that's about it. Once we get this whole structure done and the roofing done, we'll turn over to the pier that this whole thing sits on, and we'll start that half of the project. And then when they're both complete, we'll then marriage the structure to the dock, and we will have a complete structure build for the whole kit. So with that, we're going to end it here today, but that is what's going on here on my workbench here, and we will try to do an update later in the week, next week, and try to keep you all updated. When I get some time next week, I'll throw another video up, because I'm sure I'll get quite a bit done between now and next Saturday. There will be a break for Christmas, but I will have a video coming out at the end of the month before the new year. But that's it for today. I just wish you guys all the best out there. If you haven't done so already, please go on over and check out Mud Creek Models. He's got a lot of kits that he's pumping out right now, and he could use all the support you guys can do. He does not do specifically just in scale now. For a while now, he's been doing HO. But I encourage you to drop him a message on our Facebook group, or just email him at Mud Creek Models, and contact him with any questions you may have. And he's happy to work with you, try to help you get what you need to do, so you can do what you need to do for your builds. He is a busy guy. I know he does more than just the hobby for work. So if he doesn't get back to you right away, which he's usually pretty good about doing, just be patient and give him some time to respond, because he does his best to answer the questions that come in, and also help address any concerns or questions equally to everyone that has a need or a question, particularly. But get onto our group and just have fun. That's what it's about. And be a part of all the conversations, and just enjoy this hobby with the rest of us. So till next week, we will see you all later. Enjoy whatever you do or working on. Let it be a drive to continue moving forward, and a good feeling of accomplishment, to allow you to keep being creative and building. So see you next week. Bye-bye.